Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel. Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look back at a wonderful weekend of camping, albeit it was cold, but we went up to the Mount Hood area and got some camping in, and it's a really great way to spend the summer. I'll also be sharing a very special recipe for a camp treat, so stay tuned for that and a whole lot more. And without further ado, let's get sketchy. Rain on August 23rd. I mean, sometimes the summers in the Pacific Northwest are just unpredictable. But that didn't dampen, literally, our spirits to go to Timothy Lake. We took the main route, which is about 80 miles and takes about 2 hours. And it's a really lovely drive. It takes you through Gresham and gonna get on Highway 26 and on our way to Sandy. And of course, you know me and my swoops and scoops on RV, these lines. I've become obsessed. Like slug bugs and inch bugs, I'm going to be calling out swoops and scoops on RVs on this trip. So get ready as we go into Sandy, Oregon along Highway 26, a gray, chilly day. And it's summer, but boy, does it feel like fall. Sandy, Oregon is a great mountain town. It's kind of the gateway to Mount Hood, and a stop at a certain donut shop just has to be done if you are coming through Sandy, and you'll see where I'm going here in just a second. And walking these streets brings me back. I've spent a lot of time here in Sandy, Oregon. My wife used to live out here. I used to work for the Gresham Outlook newspaper, and they had an affiliate out here in Sandy. And swoops and scoops. That looks like the Nike swoosh. Anyway, but where we're going to today, a very special place. Check this out. Ah yes, Joe's Donut Shop. Let's take a look inside and see what's going to power us up the mountain. And today we're going to go with the Boston Cream, and I think I'm going to go with the apple fritter. And I just love seeing all the different kinds of donuts lined up. Joe's has got it going on. I highly suggest checking it out. And here's this lovely apple fritter, real apple, cinnamon, the icy crunch. We've imbibed in our coffee, we have consumed our donuts, and we are... I'm not even going to mention it. Along Highway 26 today had really fun energy as Hood to Coast got underway. And Hood to Coast is a relay race that starts at Timberline, goes through downtown Portland, and ends in Seaside, Oregon for a total of 197 miles. So you might see some runners on the left of the screen here coming down the mountain. Accomplished long-distance runner Bob Foote and a group of... First off, Bob Foote for a runner, what a name. But Bob and his friends put together this relay race to test their long-distance running capabilities, and the first race was ran in 1982.
And so, you just ran.
Yeah.
And we got to see a really fun, sketchy person in a banana costume running alongside Highway 26. And here we are. We've arrived at Pine Point Campground at Timothy Lake. Let's get camping. We had a webbed-footed welcoming committee as we arrived to our campground. Every duck we saw, we dubbed Stuart. And why name a duck Stuart, you ask? Well, here's why.
Get back to work, Stuart.
Oh, Stuart. Gotta love him. Stuart and Stuart. And what a view of the sunset over Timothy Lake. It's cold. It does not feel like summer. It got down to about 45 degrees at sunset and you could see your breath. But luckily we had a campfire and a very special treat.
Cigars.
I love a good cigar around a campfire.
Now it's camping.
So camping here in Oregon, be it the Coast Range or Cascade Mountains, chances are during the summer months there will be a campfire ban. This is to try and limit the amount of sparks that lead to wildfires, so I highly suggest investing in a portable campfire stove like this that is propane powered. Right, Jojo? Boy, was it cold last night. Luckily, we got Jojo to keep us warm, but man, I think it was more than a one-dog night last night. Well, let's see what's going on. These Jetboils are pretty rad. Our gear this camping trip was a little interesting in that we were packed to go backpacking, and we saw the weather and called an audible and then kind of upped our game a little bit knowing that we could store stuff in the cars, but we kept true to our word for our menus, and yeah, we're doing this freeze-dried biscuits and gravy today, and just boil up some water and pour it in and stir it up, let it set, and voila, biscuits and gravy is served. And you know, not too shabby.
You're on a gravy train with biscuit wheels.
Let's get this dog on a walk. What I really like about Timothy Lake is that there's a trail that goes all the way around the lake that I think is 13 miles, but there's so many little roads and trails that you can just jump on for a mile or two and then get back to your campground lickety-split. You can boat, you can fish, there's a lot of things to do on Timothy Lake, including just looking at the trees. Alright, all you bug experts, comment down below if you know what this is. The best I can do is a snowfly or like a yellow fever mosquito. Regardless, with what's going on with the mosquitoes around here, I'm staying away. And I just love a cat on a leash out in the woods. Definitely sketchy. And the rain has come back, but it's not so bad because the temperatures are rising and hopefully we'll stay warm through the night. That mist is something to behold. And what am I holding here? Why, it's my wife's amazing Camp Crispies, of course. Camp Crispies are Rice Krispie treats, meats, s'mores, and I will post up the recipe right here, so pause the video, jot down the recipe, and enjoy this amazing, delectable treat next time you go camping. It is so great. It's dense, it's portable, it doesn't have the mess and meltiness of a s'more. It's great with coffee for breakfast, good around the fire at night. Camp Crispies. We got our camp packed up, the sun came out, the temperature rose, and we're on our way to Little Crater Lake, which is right next to Timothy Lake. and the weather was in our favor for a lovely little day hike to this magical locale. If you're staying at Timothy Lake, why, you gotta check out Little Crater Lake. It is marvelous. And Little Crater Lake sits right next to the Pacific Crest Trail, the PCT. Special shout out to my old man who built part of the PCT. This trail is over 2,600 miles long and goes from Mexico to Canada. So if you want to go on a hike, a really long hike, well, the PCT has got you covered. And that was a really magical camping trip. It's time to hit the road and head back to civilization. And anytime I'm on Highway 26 around Mount Hood, I can't help but think of this. And that's from the opening sequence to The Shining. Timberline Lodge has some establishing shots for that movie, a great Kubrick movie, an amazing Stephen King novel. I love driving Highway 26. It is marvelous, and I think one of the best things about living in Portland is the proximity to all of this beauty that is around us. And some sketchy people beauty as well. Check out this biker we saw. Antlers and fur, too cool. That was a really fun one to draw. Vroom. And roadside attractions are definitely in the sketchy zeitgeist. And here's some swoops and scoops right there. And Ivy Bear. Ivy Bear definitely falls into the world of sketchy. And of all the years of driving past Ivy Bear here on Highway 26, we've never seen the ivy grow this high up on Ivy Bear's metal frame. Ivy Bear is almost complete, and I'm sure once the ivy covers all of Ivy Bear, why Ivy Bear will probably break free and become a living entity and roam up into the mountains. Unfortunately, we couldn't dine at Ivy Bear today as they were closed, but I was really impressed to see Ivy Bear this much covered. Go get him, Ivy Bear. And back in Sandy, Oregon, which I said earlier in the video is a perfect gateway to and from the mountain. And here, well, these aren't really that bad of swoops and scoops. They're not really swooping, not really scooping, just more of geometric lines. So I'll give that one a bit of a pass. But we got some lunch here in Sandy, and we went to Brady's Brats and Burgers, and it hit the spot after a weekend of camping. You know when you just need a real good classic burger and fries? Brady's did not disappoint. And so we're here eating lunch and just taking in all the swoops and scoops, even on a boat. Look at that. And I just don't know what it is. You know, as soon as I started noticing it, I can't not unnotice it. And I always have to just kind of, look at this. These swoops and scoops are so ugly. I don't know who said this looks great, let's do this. But I'm having fun with it. It's just goofing around, just something to point out while we're road tripping. And somebody is glad to be home. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. That means a lot to me. I hope you got some camping destinations out of this video, some things you might want to go check out, some camping tips. Comment down below. Let me know where you like to camp, what foods you like to cook, the gear you like to bring. It's really awesome to see how other people camp, and I love camping in groups because you kind of learn little things that you can implement in future camp travels. Show update. Don't forget, I'll be at Rose City Comic Con September 6th to the 8th in Artist Alley, so come on by, say hi, and let's get sketchy. So until next time, stay your true, lovely, sketchy self, because if I haven't drawn you yet, you could be next. See ya!
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.